Hello and welcome back for the first game of the 2025 year. I'm joined by Dr. Fitz tonight.
Andrew, great to be with you.
Yep, first time in the box this season for you. We're about to get started versus Valor College Prep, the Wildcats, I believe. Yes, they are. So now we'll turn it around for the starting lineups and national anthem.
One of the primary purposes of the high school interscholastic athletic program. Our athletes recognize that judgment calls are made in good faith and that they must abide by the decision of the officials. Spectators can support their high school interscholastic program by refraining from derogatory or intemperate remarks or cheers. We hope you enjoy the game and support your team in a positive and sportsmanlike manner. Now, ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand in respect for the playing of our national anthem.
That was the national anthem. Now we'll turn it to Coach Scouten for the starting lineups.
Their experience and executive qualified benefits of fair play, accurate scoring, and proper conduct in today's game. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting five. First, for the Valor College Prep Wildcats. Number 1, Tamia McLean. Number 3, London Cotton. Number 12, Kobe Cotton. Number 13, Colette Love. And number 32, CJ Humphrey. Now, College Prep is coached by Troy Reckless, assisted by Janelle Donaldson and Alyssa Dillon.
That was
And
the
now the starting lineup for the USN Tigers. A senior guard number 5, Umo Peters. A sophomore guard number 10, Monica Northwood. A senior forward number 20, Margaret McKay. A sophomore forward number 23, Aria Little. And a sophomore guard number 32, Elizabeth Rainey.
That was the starting lineups for both teams. The Tigers come in to this game with a record of 3-6, and the Wildcats with a record of 10-1. Interesting, the Wildcats have yet to play a district game so far. What do you think goes into that planning in the schedule?
Well, I'm not sure what district they're in. A lot of times, coaches will try to set things up to give their team a certain mindset going into the district play where the games are more important. And so it could just be that Valor is in a smaller district and set up more games with opponents that would position them for a better mindset heading into district play.
Taking the tip for the Wildcats is number 12, Cotton, and for the Tigers, McKay. And the tip's off, and the Wildcats win it. McLean, guarded by Crane. She's going to drive. Long mid-range. No good off the rim. Crane comes down with it. Crane Guarded by Cotton. Bounces to Peters. Pick and roll with Little. She throws it to McKay, but her pass is intercepted. Cotton. Trapped. She finds McLean for the three. It's good. Wildcats early lead with the three-pointer.
They're being really aggressive on both ends of the floor right now. We'll see if the Tigers have any answers for it.
Norberg over to McKay in the corner. Across to Peters. Her pass intercepted by McLean. She's going to drive. Euro step. No good. Stolen by Crane. Her dribble's tipped out of bounds. Tigers ball.
Elizabeth Crane, always one of the toughest defenders. She's able to take the ball away there, and she often does that sort of thing on both ends of the floor.
Crane bound pass to McKay, but finds Little. And Little's pass to Norberg. Is unable to hold on to it cleanly. Or it was tipped out of bounds, sorry. Tigers ball.
Looks to me like some kind of zone look for Valor.
Maybe
like a 3-2.
Yeah. McKay into Norberg in the corner. Layup no good. Tipped out of bounds by the Wildcats.
Standard
Tigers.
sort of way of attacking the 3-2. Get people out on the wings, have them crash the baseline. That's where the soft spots are. So we'll see if we can get opportunities from there.
Passing to McKay, and it's going to be a jump ball. Watching out for a 5-second, and it's called. Unable to find anybody in the 5 seconds. McLean taking it up. McLean's gonna drive, stripped out, but she's fouled. Go to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, what you don't want to see on defense is players who are out of position reaching in, trying to get the ball from the side. You always want to be positioned in front of the attacking offensive player, and they were a little bit late that time.
McLean's first is no good, just short. Her second's no good. McKay with the rebound. Finds Peters. Bounces to Crane. She's going to bounce to Peters. Over to Norberg. Bounce into McKay, but the pass is stolen. McLean over to Cotton. Going to pull a 3. No good, just long. Ball's tipped out by the Tigers. Wildcats ball.
Aria Little getting the start this afternoon. Tessa Chomsky not back from vacation yet. And you could see she was a little late to get out to the three-point shooter there. So she's still getting used to the defensive sets, I'm sure.
As Cotton was fouled. Still go to the line. 2 shots. Cotton's first is good. Leads to 4. Her second is good, 2 for 2 that time. Wildcats with a press. Crane trying to find something. She finds McKay. Throws it back to Crane, call for, Tigers called the timeout there, trying to stay away from an 8-second violation there. Dr. Fitz, we've seen about 2 minutes and 30 seconds of play. What do you think so far?
Well, like I said at the beginning, Valor's been really aggressive, particularly on defense. They're trying to really get in the face of the ball handlers, and we haven't responded super well to it thus far in the early going. So coach is going to have to scheme something up. Screens on the ball, screens off the ball. Some sort of plan to free people up and get the ball out of the ball handler's hands more quickly. More passing, less dribbling. What we saw in that last possession was Elizabeth having to do too much dribbling, couldn't find anybody, too many other players standing in one place. So they got to be moving around, freeing themselves up or freeing teammates up.
That's exactly how you break the presses, with a lot of passes.
Exactly.
Completely agree.
And you want to get the ball into the middle of the floor.
Can't be trapped on the outside. Peter's going to hand it off to Norberg.
We got Elizabeth wide open on the back side.
She went for a backdoor cut. Nobody found her. McKay by the free throw line fouled. Fouls on Cotton on the floor.
If you're playing offense against the zone and you can get a catch somewhere in the middle of the floor around the foul line, there's always opportunities that come out of that. Always forces the defense to collapse in on you, and that frees up people on the outside.
Another 5-second violation for the Tigers. That also plagued the boys varsity last night in their loss against Providence Christian Academy. Cotton is guarded by Norberg. She throws over to Cotton. Hands it off to McLean, guarded closely by Crane. She's gonna drive. That's a travel. There we go. Whoa.
I don't know how it was a jump ball. No one had it.
Definitely a travel there, but Wildcats to inbound the ball. Over to McLean in the corner. To Cotton. She thinks about it. She doesn't. Hands it to McLean. She's going to pull a three. It's good.
Very simple on ball screen. The player came over the top, had a clean look, knocked it down.
Peters trapped. Cotton gets the steal. She's going to drive, layup, right hand, good. Crane into McKay in the paint. Right hand hook shot, no good. Crane fights for the jump ball. Tigers ball.
Good look there. Margaret had a good look at it. I was a little surprised she didn't go up right away. I thought she had a good chance for a quick layup.
I agree. I thought she was going to go up quickly. Crane tries to find Thomas, but she can't, but she gets her own pass. Right hand layup's good. McLean over to Cotton. Hands it to Cotton. Pass is tipped out by Margaret. Oh.
I didn't like that call. I thought either she was pushed out of bounds or didn't step on the sideline.
That's what I thought. That's what I saw, especially with it right there in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
I think either way that has to be Tigers ball. McLean. Yep, illegal screen, yeah, Tigers ball.
Now we got a chance to make a little run here. We got the last bucket. We can cut it to 2 or even tie it up here in the last half of the first quarter. Let's make a run.
Crane bounce pass to McKay, but she can't find Peters. Cotton to take it up. Over to Love. Can't find her cleanly, but Cotton finds it. To McLean. Over to Cotton. Hands off to McLean. Guarded closely by Crane. She's going to drive long two. No good off the rim. McKay comes down with it. No call on that. Jump ball. Jump ball will be the Wildcats ball. A lot of contact there. Lapidus checks in for the Tigers. Cotton, guarded by Crane. Over to Cotton. She's gonna drive. Foul, called on.
I think it's Yvonne. Oops.
No, on Peters. Nope. Wow. I don't think I saw that.
No, no.
Peters first of the game. Cotton. Over to Cotton. To McLean. Bounce pass to Love. He's going to baseline drive. There we go. Called for the charge there. Thomas able to take it. Gets the Tigers the ball.
That's a nice job by Yvonne taking the charge. Big change in possession there. We don't want to go down 10 again.
Able to set her feet, take a charge. Very good team play right there. Bounce pass to Peters on the inbound. She finds McKay. Over to Lapidus. Tipped it. And Wildcats able to save it inbounds. Cotton. Her pass is stolen by Crane. Drive. A flop by McLean. And Cotton, number 12, Cotton, called for a foul.
I like what I saw in the last two possessions. We broke the press very well, getting the ball to Margaret in the middle of the floor, and then Elizabeth did a great job securing the ball in the previous defensive possession and transitioning it well into the front court, drawing the foul.
Peters pass over Lapidus' head.
Yeah, I think we're starting to solve the riddle on the defensive end. Offensive end, we haven't figured out how to score just yet. But the game is still young.
1:50 left in the first quarter. Love over to Cotton. She's dribbling all over the court, takes a mid-range jumper, no good. Tigers ball. I thought that was tipped out by Crane, but we'll take it.
Close call. Elizabeth had position, and that's worth something. Sometimes the official will give it to you based only on that.
Exactly. Crane going to take it up for the Tigers. Another flop. Into Lapidus in the corner. Back to Crane. Crane double teamed. Bounce pass stolen. Cotton on the fast break. Stolen by Crane. Good crossover. Crane gonna drive. Her shot's blocked by Love. Tigers ball. Full timeout by the Wildcats. Dr. Fitz, we've seen the Wildcats hit the floor a lot recently. Do you think that's just a mispositioning and then they just get off balance and fall, or is there some contact that the refs aren't seeing?
Well, it's probably some of both. You know, they're getting out of position. Sometimes what you'll see people do there is reach in, try to get their hand on the ball for a cheap steal. What they have been coached to do, it looks like, is to just flop and see if you can get an offensive foul call. And they haven't drawn those offensive foul calls thus far, which is good because they haven't been offensive fouls. So I think we're doing a good job now in the last few minutes advancing the ball into the front court. We just got to find some open looks and knock them down.
Minute 5 left in the first quarter. Crane inbounding it under the Tigers basket. Trying to find something before this 5-second and call for it again.
These are pretty quick 5-second calls. I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes they'll give you 6, maybe even 7, but
Yeah.
not tonight. Cotton. Gonna find Love. Over to right to McLean. Back to right. She's gonna pull a 3. Call for a foul. Wow. 3 shots at the line for right. I don't know. What'd you see there, Dr. Fitz?
Well, it looked like she kind of stepped into it. I'm surprised they're giving her 3. I thought it would only be 2. A little nervous about the fact that it's Uma's second. We don't want her to be in foul trouble.
You know, able to jump into the defender on your jump shot, you get that call sometimes, especially in the NBA.
Yeah, I was going to say more at a higher level than
Yeah.
this level, but it worked for her tonight.
If you kick the defender, then you get the
Yeah.
foul call.
Yeah.
Her first is good. Second gets a lucky bounce off the back of the rim and is good as well. Leads up to 10. As Thomas and Dawkins check into the game. No good on her third. Crane. Crane calling for a screen from Dawkins. Crane gets another screen from Dawkins. She finds Lapidus. Over to Dawkins. She's going to drive. Tipped out foul. John Z. Dawkins going to the line. Freshman. But getting a lot of playing time so far.
She's a tremendous athlete, good player, good hustle both ends of the floor. And a nice high arcing free throw.
Yes. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe she was all district for soccer this year.
Well, I don't know about that, but she was fun to watch playing soccer. She's a tremendous player.
As her second's no good, bounces off the front of the rim. Cotton over to McLean. Back to Cotton. Baseline. Long jump shot, way too long. She hit the floor there again. Maybe even trying to get a very late foul call on the shot. McLean gonna take a 3 over Dawkins, no good. Trouble with the rebound, but Thomas ultimately gets it. 3 seconds left in the quarter. Thompson unable to get a shot off. That's the end of the first. Dr. Fitz, what have you seen so far?
Well, the Valor offense is pretty simple. It's a lot of isolation basketball. They're trying to use basic on-ball screens to free people up. It seems like we pretty well have it figured out. We've been doing a much better job on defense in the second half of the first quarter. Offense, we've had some people get free against the zone defense, but the ball handlers don't see them. So, you know, it's maybe something that will come to us a little more easily later in the season, but people have to know on the offensive end where their teammates are on the floor. There's some situations where I think we just don't know where teammates are going to be and where the defenders aren't. So hopefully we can grow in our awareness of that because the opportunities are there, and if we find them, because we're having more success on defense, I think we got a great chance to get back in this game.
Certainly. And you've talked about it before, earlier this game. How do you break the 3-2 press? What do you need to do?
Well, if you just stand still for too long, those 3 people are going to walk up and suffocate you. So you really have to move the ball quickly, and you have to attack the soft spots, which are the corners. And once you get the ball to the corners, you can shoot from there. Or like I said earlier, if you can get somebody to get a catch in the paint, then everybody pinches in to defend the person who catches that pass, and then everybody's open.
As we got started, wow, that was a loud slap, no call. Bounce into McKay, but her pass is stolen. As Cotton's gonna lay it in with the right hand. I saw 3, but refs didn't. Crane, good crossover. Bounce to Peters. Over to Crane. Bounce to McKay. Over to Thompson on the baseline. Stolen by Love. As there's some confusion with the pass. And Wildcats are called for over and back. Coach Olson telling John Z. Dawkins to run baseline there.
Yeah, you can see what Coach is doing. He's trying to put people in the soft spots. He's got people at the elbows and people running the baseline.
And that was the look there. Crane tried to get it to Dawkins in the corner, but pass knocked out of bounds. Tigers ball.
This is where Margaret McKay really shines. She's great at catching in the high post and distributing to teammates. She knows where the people are in the offensive set.
As you say, that ball's bounced into McKay, who finds Peters. Dawkins in the corner, baseline called for out of bounds.
I still liked what I saw there. If we get Margaret McKay a touch right in that position there, every possession, good things are going to happen.
Certainly we'll be able to break the zone there. McLean. Bounces over to Cotton. Over to her sister, Cotton. She's going to drive. She's fouled in the process. Goes to the line, 2 shots.
And see, that's a position thing. Cotton went around Thompson. Thompson, instead of sliding over, just sort of stuck her hip out, committed the foul.
Cotton's first is no good. Nordberg and Little check in for Thomas and Dawkins. Sorry, Thompson and Dawkins.
Just feels a little flat right now. We need a spark. We need somebody to bring a lot of energy out there.
Cotton able to get her own rebound on the free throw and gets it for 2 points. She tips it out of bounds. Oh! Yeah. What's happening here?
I thought I saw him point both ways. It looked to me like it should be Valor ball. I think they deflected it, and then Elizabeth deflected it out of bounds.
As Cotton's in the corner, stolen by Crane, but Humphrey is able to get it, and foul's called for her. She's going on the floor, sorry, so Wildcats ball.
I like bringing Lily Lapidus into the game. She's a spark plug, could ignite the offense.
McLean takes a 3, and she knew it off the release. Nordberg was trapped, but she finds Peters. Over to Lapidus. Her pass is tipped by Love. And Cotton tips it out of bounds. Tigers ball. Peters over to Lapidus. To Nordberg. She's trapped. McLean gets the steal. Over to Cotton. To McLean. She's going to pull another 3. No good. Humphrey gets the rebound. Bounce pass tipped out of bounds by Nordberg.
Tough break for Aria there. She was in good position for the rebound, but it was just too long. Came over her head.
Wildcats able to find Humphrey in the paint. She gets a good 2. Timeout, Tigers. Full timeout. What do you want to see in this next 5 minutes and 18 seconds, Dr. Fitz?
It all comes down to energy. That's what I'm seeing. Offensive end, we get the ball across half court, and we're just too complacent with that. We're staying too far, 35 feet from the basket, and we're not doing anything. So we got to be more urgent. We got to get the ball down inside the three-point line with more urgency. That's how we're going to break down that zone defense. Last possession, ball was way up high, and two of the high defenders just slowly creeped up, ended trapping the ball handler. So it just feels flat right now. You know, the girls had a tough loss last night, as you mentioned. I'm sure that's a tough thing to come back from, and they may be feeling some of the residual effects from that today. But this is a game that they can be competitive in, and they can make a run because they're not playing against a complicated offense that's being executed with some sort of supreme efficiency. We can shut them down on the defensive end. Offense, I think we have one field goal, so that's the main point, but energy is going to be the way that we break them down.
And one thing to mention, you mentioned it earlier, Tessa Chomsky gone, but also Madeline Chalos, two seniors missing from this game. That'll definitely have an effect on the energy. Crane gonna take it across. Finds it all the way across to Norberg. Peters gonna take a three. No good, just misses. McLean over to Cotton on the fast break. She's slowed down. Ball's tipped out by Crane. McKay finds Crane. She's trapped. She finds McKay. Across to Peters. To Norberg. Trying to find McKay, but Love intercepts it. McLean pull-up jumper, no good. Cotton to Humphrey, to McLean. She's going to take another three. No good. Crane comes through with the board. She finds McKay on the fast break. Left hand leg, good.
Let's get something going. That was a nice little transition layup. Plenty more to be had there.
Cotton into McLean. Over to Cotton. To Love. To Cotton, gonna take a three. No good long. Crane tries to box out but can't get it. McLean, good right hand layup. Crane gonna take it across half. Bounce pass to McKay, stolen by Cotton. She's gonna drive, left hand layup. She finds it.
Sometimes I feel like people overuse the bounce pass. If you need to throw a bounce pass to get around a defender's arm, do it. But if you don't, keep the ball in the air. Much easier to be accurate with the pass.
Cotton was contested by McKay there. No good on the layup. McKay finds Crane. 3-on-2 fast break. Oh. Euro step there was no good. Cotton on the fast break. She's going to slow it down. Cotton. Over to McLean. Back to Cotton. Into Love. A lot of steps there. McLean, she's going to drive. Left hand. Finds a way. Crane into McKay. Bounce pass to Norberg. She's tripped. On the floor, so no foul shots. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this quarter. McLean's first.
A lot of hands on hips out there, Andrew. You can see they're probably still a little tired from last night.
As Lapidus takes a long two and gets it to go.
Love that. We're starting to find some open looks and knock him down.
McLean over to Love, but her pass is stolen by Dawkins. Peters gets it. She's going to throw it to Crane, who breaks the press. Now she's trapped. She finds McKay. McKay over to Lapidus, unable to save it from going out of bounds. Wildcats ball.
We're seeing progress, Andrew. Things are getting better. People are getting rid of the basketball faster, just not quite in sync just yet, but the ideas are in place.
Tigers playing at a faster pace now. Both teams, really. It looks like you just signaled to me, Dr. Pitts, all 5 players with hands on their hips. Definitely tired after last night.
And you can see Valor plays a physical brand of basketball as well. That will take your energy.
As that pass was right to McKay. Dawkins over to Crane to Lapidus in the corner. She finds McKay. A lot of contact, no foul call. Wildcats called on a travel. Tigers ball. Thomas checks in for McKay. UCLA called, but then Coach Olson, oh wow, that's a really heads-up play from the sophomore Crane.
I was going to say, that's a senior level move from a sophomore. Very impressive.
Coach Olson called for UCLA, and Lapidus called. She gets the foul call. That'll be another inbound play. Lob pass to Peters. Over to Lapidus, into Dawkins. Crane in the corner. She finds Lapidus on the back door. Good mid-range, no good. Thomas gets the offensive rebound, and she's fouled. There we go. Thomas goes to the line, 2 shots.
A lot of respect for USN right now, because this would be an easy one to mail it in. You were down 20, still down 20, but they've scored since then. And, you know, like we've been saying, they had a tough night last night, but they're playing well. They're hanging in this game. Offense is starting to get their feet under them. We're in position for a nice second half comeback.
Thomas goes 1 for 2 on this trip to the line. Cotton over to Sadler. She's going to take a 3, no good, but Humphrey gets it, jump ball.
Well, it's just every time Elizabeth Crane's in position for a rebound, it bounces high over her head. That time she was out of position, the ball didn't hit the rim, and it went right to the Valor player.
I was having trouble trying to decide what to call that, a pass or a shot.
According to the statutes, a pass, but we all know.
Yes. Cotton, her pass is blocked or stolen, but Wright gets it.
That's a tremendous job by Elizabeth right there. Basically 2 steals on 1 possession.
Lapidus in the corner. She finds Thomas. Left hand, good off the glass.
That's what I'm talking about when I say you got to know where your teammates are. Before Lily caught that pass, she knew where Yvonne was. She was going to Yvonne all the way, and it was an easy layup. Nicely done.
Sadler over to Wright to Cotton. To Cotton. She thought about it but doesn't. Cotton gonna pull a 3. No good off the front of the glass, and there's Crane in perfect position. Peters takes it across half court. Into Dawkins in the corner. Bounce pass to Thomas. Left hand. No good. And Wildcats ball.
13.1, must stop here. We got a little momentum. We can't give it back in the final 13 seconds of the half.
McLean just checked in for the Wildcats. She will definitely be taking this last shot of the half. Somebody needs to go step up. Step up. UCLA called out by the Wildcats. Both teams using that call. Cottons has the ball. She finds McLean. 5 seconds left. Wow, long 3 from Cotton, no good. She took that a little early there. I don't think she needed to shoot that immediately.
Sometimes you feel like you want to give your team a chance for the offensive rebound and put back if you feel like you have a good look at it. So I'm not going to be too upset if I'm the Valor coach at what I saw.
16 minutes through, what do you think?
Love the way we closed the half. Much better job executing on the offensive end. Quicker movement of the basketball. That was key. Key against any trapping team. I still like what we're doing on defense. Have liked it since the first 4 minutes of the game. So things have broken our way here a little bit in the last few minutes of the first half. I think we're in good position to make a run. It will be key to win the first 2-3 minutes of the third quarter. Otherwise, we're going to feel like we're out of it.
Exactly. Really good last minute or so. We'll be back in about 9 minutes for the second half. Welcome back after the break. About 30 seconds until we start again. Tigers down 17, but looked really good at the end of the first. What do you want to see in this very start?
Fast start. Got to be a fast start. I always think in these situations, right now the margin's 17. In 2 minutes, it could be 22 or it could be 10. If it goes to 22, you're feeling like it's going to be tough to overcome this. But if you get it to 10, you have all the momentum. So fast start is key. You can really make the other team start to sweat. So, we were talking a lot about energy in the first half. That's key to the start of the second half for me.
We'll flip it over as the teams flip sides. Wildcats ball to start the game, or start the half. Brown over to her sister, to McLean. Back to Brown. Back to McLean. She gets the screen. Crossover, hard screen there by Love. Three's no good. Love got the offensive rebound. Her putback's no good. Crane taking it up. She gets a screen from McKay. Bounce into Aria. Little. Called for a travel.
Looked like we switched to a zone defense there. Probably a good move if your team is a little tired. A little less running around that you have to do.
Switch to a 2-3 zone here for the Tigers. Cotton into McLean in the corner. Her shot's blocked by McKay. Out of bounds. Wildcats ball.
Keep it up, boy.
Love in. Over to Cotton. To McLean. She's going to pull a three over Norberg. Gets a bounce in. The bank's open.
It always hurts a little more when the other team banks one in.
It feels great when your team does it, but hurts more when their team does it. Crane bounce pass into Little. Can't keep it cleanly, but gets a layup. No good. Crane comes down with it. She's fouled in the process. 2 shots.
Great look, just couldn't quite make a clean catch of it, but we got to look at 2 shots from the foul line.
Second to 6. Elizabeth Crane to the line for 2.
What's going on here? Nobody. That's a first. Crane at the line. Her first is good. Creighton's second is good. 2 for 2. Love over to Cotton into her sister. Right hand layup, it's good.
Yeah, Uma's bleeding.
Looks like from her nose. Nothing on the court, I believe. Should be started pretty quickly soon. Peters over to Crane. Crane finds Lapidus. And McKay's pushed.
We got bailed out a little bit there. The ball's too high. You could see all 5 defenders were outside the 3-point line. Too much dribbling. We got to get the ball inside much faster.
Crane over to Lapidus. Bounce to McKay. She tries to find Lapidus, but Crane gets it. Oh!
No,
think I
I thought the pivot foot stayed down. I
I
thought
did
that was
too.
okay.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Cotton to take it up. She finds Humphrey. Bounces to Cotton. Over to Love. Baseline. Thomas, good defense. And what's she called?
3 seconds.
Oh, 3 second, yep. Crane into Nordberg. Lapidus. Her pass is tipped, but Crane gets it. Crane over to Lapidus. Bounce to Crane. Tipped away. Fight for it on the floor. Cotton gonna drive. Left-handed layup's good. Crane bounces to Lapidus. She's gonna drive. Floater, no good. Love comes down with it. Over to Cotton. She's tripped in the process. She'll go to the line for 2. Foul's on Thomas.
Foul on Thomas, her second. Spurs. Kobe Cotton on the line for 2.
Cotton's first, no good.
You know, Andrew, I just know there's going to be some game this year where Uma Peters is like 6 for 7 shooting threes. She's a great shooter, great player all around. We haven't seen that game yet this year, but at some point you know it's happening.
We're always due once a year for that. Crane. Over to Lapidus in the corner. Lob to McKay. She finds Peters. Peters hands it to Crane. Lapidus calling for it on the baseline. She doesn't. Crane's gonna drive, Euro step. Good move. Can't find a basket. Thomas comes down with it. She finds McKay. McKay goes in.
Oh, I like that. I like that little pass and cut, give and go with Margaret McKay. That was smart basketball.
She's fouled in the process. She'll go to the line. That's Humphrey's 3rd foul of the game. Her first is good. Two for 2. Cuts the lead to 21. Over to Love. To McLean. McLean gonna pull a 3. No good. Tigers ball. Crane gets the screen from McKay. All the way across to Lapidus. Baseline shot, no good.
I still like that. We just didn't knock it down.
It was a good look. McLean hands it to Cotton, over to Love. Right back to her. McLean jab step, but throws to Cotton. Cotton's fouled by Thomas. She's going to the line. Thomas is 3rd as well.
Foul by number 44 on Thomas. Her 3rd. Second.
Cotton's first no good off the front of the rim.
Coach Olson looking very intense right now over on the Tigers sideline.
scheming in his head. Second's no good after 2 bounces. Crane thought about it but doesn't. She finds McKay, who finds Thomas. She hits the ground, keeps the ball though.
Yeah.
And
Should have been a
McLean,
timeout. They got a kick on Valor, I think.
what was it?
I think they called a kick.
Wow.
I didn't see it myself.
I didn't either, but we'll take it. You won't hear me complaining. Peters takes one by the foul line, no good.
She looked to the bench after that one like there was something she didn't like. I hope she's okay.
McLean, no good. Hit the top of the basket, so out of bounds. Peters did have the bloody nose earlier, I think, but so that might be why. It might have just been her shrugging off the miss. Bounce past it. Whoa. Whoa.
That's the same call from a couple possessions ago where they got her dragging the pivot foot from behind.
I thought it stayed down enough.
Again, I wouldn't have called it, but when they see that front step take 2 steps, they usually call it.
As Coach Wilson calls a full timeout, full 1 minute. About halfway through the third quarter, what do you want to see going forward?
Well, the stuff that we were doing well at the end of the first half, we haven't done it as well here at the start of the second half. We've let the ball linger too near the half-court stripe too often. So it's all about just keeping the energy and intensity up. I do feel like in the last minute or so, last 3-4 possessions, we've done a better job trying to get the ball into the middle. On defense, it's about position, as I see it. A lot of times we're getting out of position, and then instead of recovering to get back into position, we're just trying to reach for the ball, or we're just trying to like step towards the ball but not slide in. So we're getting called for a lot of cheap fouls. And that's what you do when you're low on energy. Sliding is a harder thing to do. It's easier just to reach out. So we just need to be conscious of that and finish strong in the last 10 minutes of the game.
So we'll flip it over. Wildcats ball. Start to resume the third quarter. Cotton back over to Cotton. She's going to drive and call for the and one. Really hyped up the Wildcats bench there.
It's 4 on Yvonne.
And Coach Olson will check her out. Smart play there in the third quarter. Cotton trying to convert on the M1 attempt. It's good. 3-point play. Peters over to Lapidus. Lapidus bounce pass to McKay. All the way across to Crane. Bounce into McKay again. She's going to drive right hand, no good. Christian called for a travel there. Crane into Lapidus. Bounce pass to McKay. She's going to take it 2. Gets it bouncing, it's good.
Zone offense 101. You want the player catching the ball at the foul line, creates opportunities.
Christian over to right. Back to Christian, over to Cotton. Christian gonna take a long 3, no good. Basically a pass to right. As Cotton's gonna take a 3, no good. Thompson got the rebound. Peters gonna pull a 3 in the corner. No good, just off. But Thomas gets the put back. Cotton. Over to Christian. Peters with the steal. Lapidus takes a 2 by the free throw line, no good. Cotton. 27 seconds left. Over to Cotton. To right. Her 3, no good. Thompson saves it from going out. 15 seconds left. Crane's gonna drive. Right hand, a lot of contact. No good, but she goes to the line. 2 shots.
I love what I saw there. Would have been easy to get pinned up against the sideline. Elizabeth used her tremendous speed to outrun the defender. Really attacked the basket hard. Just what you want to do, drew all the foul.
Her first is good. Her second's good as well. 2 for 2 that time.
10 seconds, get a stop.
Cotton. Over to right. Back to Cotton. She's going to pull a 3 at the buzzer. No good. Three quarters through. What do you want to see going into this fourth quarter?
Well, third quarter, we played them about even. We lost by a point. You know, not a bad quarter, but when you're down 17, doesn't get it done. So, you know, game's definitely not over. We make a couple threes to start this quarter. All of a sudden, you know, the air, the atmosphere in the gym is going to change. So you got to be really aggressive to start the quarter. That's your only chance. You got to really put a big dent in this lead quick, and then you got a momentum and you got a chance. So it would be all about minute 1 of the fourth quarter for me.
It is always the first minute of the quarter, minute of the half that really sets the tone for the quarter and can really change the game, especially in the fourth.
Got to be our minute.
A lot of times if you win the first minute of the quarter, you're going to win that whole quarter.
Our ball, so we got a great look at it. Let's make it happen. Uma Peters is so due. I would have it schemed up for her right here. Let's get her a three-point look at the basket and really get this crowd and this team fired up.
Very concentrated section right to our right. Yeah. Crane over to Peters. Crane into McKay. Finds Crane. She's going to drive. A lot of contact. Gets the foul call. Goes to the line. 2 shots.
Every time Margaret McKay touches the ball, good things happen. That's, I know I keep saying it, but that's the basics of attacking a zone defense.
And when we talked to Coach Olson earlier in the year, he did mention most impactful player was Margaret McKay.
And she always brings great energy as well. You know, she works, probably our most physical player when it comes to rebounding, or at least one of them. Works really hard, not just in getting in position, but creating separation between herself and the defender.
Cotton over to Christian. Back to Cotton. Cotton slows it down. She passes to her sister. No good. Peters gets the rebound.
Exactly the sort of possession we want. We want them chucking up threes. They don't need to do that.
Oh, whoa.
I thought traveling with 3 steps, not 0.5.
Yeah. I don't agree with that call. Cotton, she's gonna drive. Euro step, no good. She gets her own rebound. Put back, no good. Thompson's gonna come down with it. Bounce pass to McKay. Over to Peters in the corner. She's gonna take a 3. No good, just short. Out of bounds, Tigers ball.
A little early possibly for Valor to be emptying the bench here. 4 subs.
Wow. Also early for their varsity boys to be coming into the gym, too. Just saw that out of the corner of my eye.
They might be about to see a great comeback, except for that 5-second call. That didn't help us too much. But
Tigers
we'll
plagued by the 5-second call today. Maybe it's a quick count by the officials today. McLean over to Humphrey. Tipped out of bounds. Wildcats ball. Cotton back to McLean. McLean thought about it, doesn't pull it. Cotton's gonna pull it. Ooh, long 3 from Cotton there is good.
She shot well tonight. Good player.
She did. Definitely made a couple of 3s tonight. Peter's gonna try one of her own, and she's fouled in the process. You have to let them land, you know?
Yeah.
And what's funny about Cotton complaining about that call was I think she got that call earlier in the game.
Exactly, yeah, exactly right.
So it's interesting.
That's basketball. You know, you expect all the calls to go your way no matter what.
I know I definitely expect that up here.
Oh, yeah.
Peter's 1 for 2 so far on this trip. Her third's no good. Cotton's gonna drive, a lot of steps. Oh. I think that could have been called a travel, and I also think that could have been called on the floor instead of in the process, because I think she was kind of taking a jump stop there instead of, or a Euro step, but
it's just another situation that we were talking about earlier where a defender's sort of on the side of the person with the basketball and reaching in as opposed to sliding into position.
Cotton second, no good. Fight for the rebound. Tigers ball.
Yeah,
Bounce
knock
up.
it down.
Peters into McKay, no good. Thomas comes down with it, no good on the putback. Cotton into Love, can't hold it cleanly. McKay gets it, fight for the ball, jump ball, Wildcats. McLean blocked on her shot. Tigers ball, somehow.
Yeah, that's the call that went our way. I think it was the other way around.
I'm not complaining.
Nope.
Crane, bounce over to Peters, lob into McKay. She's gonna pull through. Tipped out, Tigers ball.
We're taking way too long to get the out-of-bounds sets in motion. The officials counted to 2 by the time they call out the play.
But another smart play from Crane. Second time she's done it where she just chucks it off the Wildcats player. Thomas gets the putback. McLean over to Cotton. Into Love. Love's gonna drive, kicks it back out to Humphrey. Over to Cotton. Cotton can't handle it cleanly. To McLean. She's gonna throw it to Love. Over to Cotton. Into Cotton. Bounce to McLean. Love's pass is stolen by Peters. Peters gonna drive, a lot of contact. She hits the floor in the foul call.
She was fouled at least 3 times, clear foul, so I'm glad it finally got called.
And they still complained about it.
Yeah, so it goes.
Norberg, her pass is stolen by Cotton. Right hand layup, good. Crane, bounce to Peters. Stolen by Cotton. 1-on-2 fast break. Oh, big block by, oh.
Come on, that was clean.
A huge block, but called for the foul. You can tell just based off the sound when it hits the wrist versus the ball, and I'm pretty sure I heard ball.
Oh, yeah.
Banks it in, 1 for 1 so far. Cotton second, no good. Cotton comes down with it though. McLean, over to Cotton, to Love. Over to McLean. Into Love. Left hand drive. Way long. Crane comes down with it.
Good job, Devon.
Good screen from Thomas there. Another one. McKay's gonna take a long 2, no good. McLean gonna lob it to Cotton. Bounce to Cotton. Long 2, no good. McLean gonna pull a 3 in the corner. Lucky bounce, huge celebration. Peters is trapped. McKay finds Lapidus. Lapidus gonna pull her 3 and it's good.
Nice shot there from Lily. Looked like she was going to get rid of it and pass it to a teammate, but instead put up a great shot, knocked it down.
Peters gonna get the steal. White ball.
Tigers no quit in them. They're hustling all the way through the final whistle.
Oh. A little bit of confusion.
Redo.
Crane gets the screen from McKay on the pick and roll. Pass is tipped out, or dribble's tipped out. Tigers ball. Crane finds Lapidus into McKay. Takes the 2, no good. Cotton gonna take a 3 and it's good. Peters thought about taking one of her own, but she doesn't. Lapidus gonna take a long 2. No good, just off the rim. Peters. Lob into McKay. Out to Lapidus. Lapidus takes it 2, no good. Christian's 3, no good.
We just haven't got the bounces tonight. Every rebound goes right to a Wildcat player. They've banked in a couple threes. Couple threes hit the rim, bounced up, went in.
Unlucky night for the Tigers. And Crane's called out of bounds. That was a little late. Very late.
Probably the right call, though.
Yeah. Peters gets the steal. 1-on-3 fast break. She's fouled in the process. Goes to the line, 2 shots.
Way to be aggressive. She had a 1-on-3, but she had a good angle to the basket. Didn't go with the numbers, just took the angle aggressively, drew the foul. Great job.
Peters at the line. Her first is no good. Thomas coming out. Her second's good. Cotton over to Christian. Into Wright. Her pass is tipped, but Sadler finds it. Cotton to Sadler, over to Christian. Thought about it, doesn't pull it. Christian's gonna drive. She takes it 2. No good. McCann's up with it. Lapidus gonna drive. She takes the mid-range. It's good. Really good shooting performance tonight from Lily Lapidus.
She always brings it. She's a good shooter.
Christian gonna pull a 3. No good, out of bounds. Crane.
Great
Drive.
hesitation dribble. Love
Really,
that.
really good hezzy. Wildcats just going to dribble it out for the remaining couple seconds. Final score, Wildcats 50, Tigers 30. Dr. Fitz, what do you want to see going forward in their next game, I think on Wednesday?
I really thought that a lot of what we did tonight was good. We just weren't consistent with it. We had a plan how to attack the zone. We had a plan how to beat the press. We actually were very effective beating the press in the second quarter, so much so that they stopped doing it. It's just more consistency, staying within the confines of the game plan, knowing the game plan, knowing how you're trying to attack the opponent, knowing where your teammates are. You know, if we just do more of the good things that we did on our positive possessions tonight, you know, we can hang with anybody.
And we'll see you guys in a couple of minutes, about 10, 15 minutes for the boys game. Clay Payne looking for 1,000 points on his career, seven